Hey everyone, it's Angie Coley, and today let's do a little bit of story time, huh? Little change of pace. So, I'm telling you this story because I want to give you a leg up, and I hope that in sharing kind of the move that I made, that it helps you shortcut the process and get started on your business a little bit faster. So, what happened was I had taken on some side clients. I was building up my little FU fund to make sure that I had some runway while I was starting my freelance business after I left the job. I put together my list of contacts, people that I was going to reach out to. I had gathered all my samples from work and put them on a portfolio website and was getting ready. And I had this big long checklist of things that I needed to do to get my business set up. And then I left the job. I enjoyed a couple nice weeks off, and then I hit it really, really hard. And by hitting it hard, I mean on day one, I was filing for business license, I was opening up a bank account, I was getting my website squared away, I was thinking about whether or not to do business cards and which groups I should join. And on the surface, that sounds like business building activity, right? Where I made the mistake is, anybody else see how all that stuff could have been done a little bit at a time while I was still in the day job? There is the rub right there. If you missed that little part, all of those are like 5-minute tasks, maybe a couple hours to put together a website, but I promise you don't actually need a website when you're getting started. That's the great fallacy of all of this. If you have relationships with people, if you're reaching out to people that you know through a professional, reasonably professional sounding email address, mine is first and last name at Gmail. That's pretty standard these days, as long as it's not like bigsexy69 at yahoo.com. People will generally respond to a personal sounding email unless they're busy or they're not interested in the offer. Happens. But all of those little choices aren't actually making you money. And it's a little bit of busy work, I would say. It's really tempting to put all of those things on a list and check them off and really feel satisfied about the work that you've done for the day. Did any of those activities actually bring you money, though? Nah, actually, a few of them cost you money. Filing for a business license, getting all the paperwork together to file for your bank account, because you'll need business license and all that paperwork to sign up for that too. Look, all you need to get started is what I call a lemonade stand. And if you recall when you were a kid, you just looked for the fastest path to money, right? When you wanted to make some money. So if you've ever seen or set up a lemonade stand when you were a kid, like all you needed on a hot day was a place to set up your table with your lemonade, people who were thirsty and had money, some way to take money, and some lemonade. So why does building a business for most people seem to be so hard and so complicated? I would argue that it doesn't have to be that complicated, and that you can set up your own version of a lemonade stand, even though you're an adult, even though you know there are regulations and stuff like that. Most cities and municipalities, gonna drink some more coffee. There, here we go. Most cities and municipalities give you a certain grace period for filing for your business license. Some municipalities don't even require you to file a business license depending on the kind of business or service that you offer. I know I just worked in a county where I was not actually required to file for a license because they don't have state income tax there. So it's going to depend largely on local regulations, but like all of this stuff is stuff that you could do in or around the day job. Take an hour, block that off, take care of as many tasks as you want, and then get out there and get money. Figure out what your lemonade stand looks like. If it's, knitted hats that you're going to sell on Etsy, get your Etsy store up with some pictures and some pricing and start reaching out to people and telling them, hey, I opened an Etsy store. Come take a look and share this with all your friends. And get yourself on the fast path to money. You need a product, you need people to sell it to that want that product, You need a payment processor and an email address. That is your lemonade stand, all right? Anything else that you focus on is costing you money in the beginning. It's costing you money to get business cards. It's costing you money to set up a website. It's not bringing you in money. Where reaching out to people is actually bringing you in money. It's getting the word out there. It's putting yourself out there into the universe. And when you talk about your dream instead of keeping it to yourself, the word has a way of spreading around. People start talking about it. People that you don't even know start reaching out like, hey, I heard that you're doing a new thing. Wanted to learn a little bit more about it. That is the power of not getting yourself distracted by busy work. And another danger zone in busy work, like I said, it feels really productive, but it's actually distracting you from the hard work, which is reaching out, which is putting yourself out there, which is chancing rejection. And spoiler alert, rejection is part of the process. It's time to thicken up your skin, baby doll, because we're about to fall down and get some skinned knees and some bruised egos many, many times on the way to success. And that's just the nature of the game. The people that make it in this business are the people that fall down 7 times, get up 8. You know what I mean? So just prepare yourself. So that's what I have for you today. If you're still in a job and you're thinking about setting up your entrepreneurial, if you're setting up your side hustle, or if you want to start a business after you leave the job and you're kind of setting up your runway here, make sure that you take care of bank accounts and business cards and setting up your shop and all of that technical stuff before you leave the day job, if you're still there. If you're not, if you've already taken the leap, then like block off a day, take care of as many of these tasks as you can, and then get back to reaching out to people and trying to make money. I promise you, when you see that virtual cash register ring, when you see money coming into your bank account, that is going to be very, very motivational toward keeping your dream rolling, toward doing all the other work that's going to keep this train on the tracks. So I'm Angie Coley. That's what I've got for you today, and let's go kick some ass.